Okay, so we could start by symmetrizing the curve, but actually I prefer to symmetrize the bones first because it's easier, except that I forget to rename the bones with the symmetric convention. Except that when I do that, sometimes this happens, and yeah, and that will keep going, keep happening, but then it will fix itself automatically for some reason. So okay, there we go. Now the namings are perfect. I have to show you, there was many mistakes there with some of the code, and this is a proper one that won't fail. Symmetrizing of the bones, which should be very simple, of course, when everything is properly done. So let's do it. Symmetrize. There we go. Now they are both layer of bones are properly symmetrized, and if I go on pose mode, you see that things get a bit crazy, right? Of course, this happening because the spline IK bone constraint, the original one, this is the left side bone. Yes, it's still operating for the other bone, and I don't need that, but I don't have a right side curve yet, so I'm just gonna hide this one, and it goes back to the original position. And now if I check this, well, everything seems to be, there doesn't seem to be any wrong interaction, apparently. And I suspect the wave painting also got symmetrized, but I cannot guarantee. I'll have to hold on, just make sure that no, the wave painting for some reason didn't get symmetries, but that's because I need a little trick here. So let's see, if I select this bone, then yes, okay, it's the, let's put this up. So if I get here, this is for this deforming bone. So if I use this symmetrize, I'm using easy waves add-on. So it's symmetrize selected bone groups. Yes. Now, good. So I'd have to do this for each one of them. So here is the right-sided vertex group related to the wave paint. Okay, so next. I had to symmetrize the wave painting individually for each of the bones from the left side to the right side. So I skipped that because it was very uninteresting. So now what we need to do is to finally make a duplicate of the curve object. So I'm gonna hide these bones. It's okay to have only this showing. So now we can start to think about the symmetrization of the curve object, and this is a bit tricky because lots of the rigs is already done, and we are reusing parts of it, and so it will still hold interactions, and this can go messy in many ways. So first I select this, I'll duplicate that, and okay, it's locked anyway, so I cannot move. First thing I'm gonna do is F2 to rename it to another, to the right side. Okay, but then remember, it's a duplicate, so it preserved all the hook modifiers, although none of them were symmetrized. So what I'll do, I'll hide that. Okay, if I do not hide them and I unlock here, look what happens. I cannot move the curve. The hook modifiers are not allowing, and because the hook modifiers are older, they are targeting those bones, and this process was not symmetrized, but I'll have to do it manually. So I could achieve this in many ways, but what I want first is just to change this position. So I have to do this temporarily, then I must make sure that here the pivot point is that the 3D cursor, that the cursor is to world origin, and now this unlocked, this hidden, I can mirror this thing to X global. And there we go. And now first thing I'm gonna do is lock that. Then I could even unhide that, but that yeah, no, not good idea. You see, it's trying to go back anyways, so we'll have to rework these things. But already we are getting the job done. So what I need here, another thing that will be interesting, is to have this bone constraint. Just let me change the name and let's retarget it to eye contour right. Yes, there we go. So all the rest is equal, so this part should be complete. And now we go for, again, we need to address the hook modifiers for the whole right side. Let's hide those this layer that is annoying, that is exactly in the path of the curve. Oh, something I forget to mention. Yes, this is very important. This actually, the path, you see here, the direction of those normals of a curve, they are relevant to spline IK bone constraint. So they must follow the F key chain for the deforming bone. So remember, it was that way, right? We started FK from here and it ended here. So exactly that, it must be that way, the same direction of the FK, otherwise it might serve some purpose, but usually this will make things wild. Now we go to on edit mode for the curve object. Let's get the hidden hook modifiers, and now let's unselect all. Let's start, I'll open everything and start again with the one. I know that the one should be, yes, this one. And in this case, because it's another curve, of course they have the control points are actualized, but not the hooks, I guess, or something relating to the hooks, or it's just about this bone. Sometimes it's all everything. It depends on the ways we make this. Just what I need to do maybe would be to change those things. But if I'm not wrong, this is not enough to have it fixed. So okay, this is last one. Let's go, and then let me do this. And now, yes, those names are still wrong, but I don't bother it right now. So let's see if something happens here. Okay, apparently that worked. Okay, that I was never successful that way. I don't know if I did something very different than other times. So actually it was just about changing the targets, but many times I had to do it differently. So yes, it gave me some work, but well, it's complete. Congratulations if you followed the tutorial until now. That's it. That's how we make one way, at least, of making spline IK bone constraint for facial rigging in Blender. Hope you liked the tutorial. If you enjoyed the content and want to support the channel, please like, subscribe, share, and hope you can find good use for this rig, just as I do, this type of spline IK rig for facial expressions, right? And well, see you around, folks.